Hello, it's Monday, August 22nd, I want to say, and this is the start of a new weekly reading vlog. And so, my plans for this week are mostly finishing Crossroads of Twilight because I need to finish it by Thursday to have the video for it up by Friday. And I am on page 436, and that means I have around 230 pages, a little less, to read. So that should not be an issue. Also, I want to read horror, like anything horror, really, because I am craving horror. I am always craving it, but I feel like this year I have read less than usual, so I need some horror in my life. I still don't know what book I'm gonna choose, but I am definitely gonna read something horror. And also I want to start reading, it's either The Red Palace or Red Palace, because I never know if books start with the or not, but either of those names. And that is actually one of my anticipated releases for this year, and I have been wanting it to read it since it came out, which was a few months ago. So I think I am gonna start that as well. I have the ebook on my phone, and yeah, those are my reading plans, I think. Also, like non-reading related plans, I still haven't watched the premiere of She-Hulk because I think it came out when I was on holiday, so I need to watch that. I also need to watch the premiere of House of the Dragon, I think that's the name of it, which I think came out yesterday. So I will be watching those and I will tell you what I think about them. And also on Thursday, it's my best friend's birthday, so I'm gonna have dinner with him and I'm excited for that. And I have to make a bunch of appointments and like call people and be an adult, and I am not looking forward to that. But anyway, those are the plans. I don't really have a lot to say because I just finished filming the end of last week's vlog, so I have been talking for a while and my voice is tired, and I mean, anyway, I don't have anything else to say. So, welcome to the vlog. Hello. So it's Thursday, and before we get into any of what I read or watched, I just want to tell you about my dream, because I very rarely dream anything, but when I do, it's always strange. And honestly, like, this might be one of the less weird dreams I've had, but still, like, what the hell. So it was not like this past night, it was the previous one, and I was working at some big ass mansion that I don't remember ever seeing in my life, but I guess our dreams are always about things that we have seen, so I must have, like in, I guess, a movie or something. Anyway, not the point. I was working there and I was a driver, and I don't drive. I don't have a license. So why did my brain decide to make me a driver? But yeah, I was a driver and I was driving like the kid of the house to school, and then it suddenly became some sort of like race, and I was like racing through some sort of like really narrow streets, and there were like trucks coming from everywhere, and then suddenly I was in my room and it was nighttime, and I was like close to my window, and there was someone like outside my window. Like, I live on the third floor, so first of all, how would anyone be outside my window? But there was someone outside my window, like a very creepy looking woman, like horror movie kind of character, and she was just like staring at me, and I was like trying to close the window because I have like double windows, and I was like closing the window, and she was opening it, and like I was closing it and she was opening it, and then like I closed both of them, and I thought I had like locked them, and I went to my bed, and then when I looked, she was like, she had opened one of them, and the other, like, it has, I'm gonna film it, it has like squares, but obviously they have glass, but she, like, in my dream they didn't, and she was like just reaching her arms through like the squares, and I was like, what is happening? I'm gonna die. And then I woke up and it was 6 a.m. I think, and I was like, what the fuck was that? It was definitely not one of the weirdest dreams I've had, because they were like things that were sort of physically possible, but like not really, but kind of. But sometimes, I mean, like situations that are just not a thing, like fantasy style things. And I'm never one of those people who's like, oh yeah, this is totally a dream. No, my brain just accepts that, yep, this is totally my life now. But anyway, moving on. I said I was gonna watch She-Hulk and House of the Dragon, and I did. And She-Hulk, like, it was fun, it was interesting, I like the character, but I mean, we did get the introduction to like what happened, how she became, you know, the Hulk. So that was fun, but it wasn't like the best thing I've ever watched. But I liked it, I didn't love it. However, House of the Dragon, I loved, like I'm already obsessed. And also, I'm already traumatized because that scene, like if you have watched it, like if you know, that scene was horrifying, and I am traumatized for life. There was kind of another scene happening at the same time, and you were like getting bits of one scene and then of the other and then of one and then of the other. And I mean, thank God, I guess, because if that was just like a continuous thing, I would have been even more scarred for life than I am. Also, I was talking to my friend who still hasn't watched it, and I was like, I hate everyone, and I do. I mean, I like one character, and I'm in doubt about another character, and at the end, I was like, okay, there is a third one that in this particular moment I'm like fine with, but apart from that, I hate everyone, and I feel like that is a very Game of Thrones thing. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. I'm obsessed and I need more. And then I watched another show, which you probably saw, and that is The Sandman, because it was like all over my YouTube recommended page, like interviews and just like stuff about the show, and I was like, okay, this looks interesting. And so I watched it, and it took like an entire day of my life. So that is, I guess, a reason or an excuse of why I didn't read much, but it was really like weird because I was sending my friend some screenshots of like the things they were saying, like out of context, and she was like, what the hell? And yeah, but it was so good, so fucking good. I absolutely loved it. And I don't know if there's gonna be a second season, but I need a second season and I need it now. But anyway, moving on to what I actually read. I finished Crossroads of Twilight last night, and in this last part that I read, like the last third, a little more things happened. We actually there were like 2 chapters where things were like being decided that I was like, oh my god, is the plot actually moving forward? But then one of them might actually not happen, so I'm like, is the plot moving forward or is it not? But still, like, not a lot happened, and the ending of the books in this series are always so good. There is always like either a fight scene or just something major happening, like a revelation or just something like big to the world that happens, and they're always very strong, even if I don't like the rest of the book. Like, the endings are always so good. But in this case, the ending was not that great, really. There was one thing that happened that was like, oh shit. But it wasn't like a big thing. It was a like half a page kind of thing. I was like, oh shit, that happened. That's not good. But, you know, that was that. So the ending was kind of disappointing because I'm always, like I said, I'm always expecting an epic ending to these books, and this one didn't have one, but still overall I enjoyed it more than the previous one. So I think I'm gonna stick with my previous thoughts of giving it 3 stars. And I did start the Red Palace, like I said I was going to, and I need to check one thing because I know that it's set in Korea, but I forgot the year. 1758. So it's set in Korea in 1758, and we follow a character. I know that I'm gonna say these names wrong, so I'm just gonna say them once, and I am sorry, but her name is Hyun, and she is a palace nurse, and one day 4 women are found dead, and the prime suspect of the crime is her mentor, like our main character's mentor, and she knows that her mentor would never do that. Like, she knows she's a good person and she just trusts her. She basically like loves her as family because her own family actually sucks. Like, she is the illegitimate daughter of some man and he is horrible. Like, I fucking hate him. I need him to die. And I also hate her mother. So yeah, she wants to clear her mentor's name, and then she meets a police inspector who is called Eugene, and basically they start working together, and there are some notes, and I'm just saying this because it's in the synopsis. There are some notes like being spread that the prince is actually the person who committed the murders. And so our main character and the police guy start working together to try to basically figure out who actually committed the murders. And we have like that one theory, but then we also have like more suspects. And there was a point when like it seemed that one theory was just being scrapped, like it was not actually possible for it to be that person, but then things changed and it might actually be that person. And also more bodies were found, and are they connected with the first bodies or not? And I don't know if I said this, but I'm 54% into it and I'm really enjoying it. I really like the mystery. I really like the character, especially the main character. She is so precious, like she's adorable, but at the same time she's like so determined to clear the name of her mentor, and she's like willing to do whatever she has to do, and I love her. What I am not like, I don't dislike it, but I just don't care about it, is the, I guess, hint of romance in the book. But that might just be a me thing. I mostly don't care about romance, so it might be great and it's a me problem. But yeah, overall I'm really loving it. I can't really say anything else because I would spoil it, and this is kind of like a mystery thing. And yeah, the point is, I'm really enjoying it. I still have not started the horror book I said I was going to, but I already know which one is gonna be, and it's gonna be What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher, and that is actually one of my anticipated releases for this year, and I will start reading it at some point this week. I am hoping, because today, like I said, it's Thursday, and I have to film tomorrow's video, I have to edit it, and I have an appointment at 2, and then I think I already mentioned that it's my best friend's birthday, so I'm gonna have dinner with him. So I'm not really sure how much time I'm gonna have to read, and I have to edit my video today because tomorrow I'm going with my mom to my godmother's house, and then on Saturday it's my mom's birthday, so we're probably gonna be out of the house the whole day. And on Sunday I don't have plans, so hopefully I will be reading on Sunday. That is everything that I have to say, and I will probably update the vlog on Monday morning, because if I do read on Sunday, I will mostly read at night anyway. So I will talk to you again on Monday. Hello, it's Monday, and let's wrap this reading vlog up. So before we actually get into the books, I just want to say that last night I watched the second episode of She-Hulk, and I stand by what I said, like it's not the best thing I've ever watched, but it's definitely fun, and I think I am enjoying it more now after the second episode. Now, moving on to the books. So I finished The Red Palace, and I really liked it. So I really loved the answer to the mystery. I loved how they got there. I loved actually seeing them working together. But I have to say that the romance thing just still didn't work for me. But like I said before, it might be a me problem. And also that book just made me so angry with like everything that happened to the main character, and like in the past and also in the present, and just how horrible almost everyone was to her. I just wanted to punch everyone, and yeah, it just made me so angry so many times because I absolutely love the main character. She was so adorable and just perfect. And so yeah, a lot of things made me angry, but that was the point. And actually there was one character that had like a good redemption for me, and at the end there was like sort of a try to redeem another character, but I wasn't there for it. But one character actually got a good redemption for me. And like I said, I loved the answer to the mystery. I loved how they got there. I really liked the main character. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with that book. And I gave it 4 stars. So next, I started and finished What Moves the Dead. And in this book, we follow Alex, who is an ex-soldier, and they get a letter from a friend called Madeline. And Madeline says that, in the letter, she says that her brother, Roderick, thinks that she is dying. And so Alex goes to Madeline and Roderick's house. And when they get there, even before they get to the house, they see that the surroundings are weird. There are a lot of mushrooms, there are animals like acting strangely, and when Alex gets to the house, it's even stranger, and Madeline is indeed looking like she's dying. And so I love this book as well. It was so creepy, like the atmosphere was very creepy. It gave me like Mexican Gothic vibes in the way that we were in a like mansion that was sort of like decaying, and it was creepy and mushrooms. So it sort of gave me that vibe. And I'm not gonna get into many details because I am gonna do a video where I read some horror books and I will talk more about it there. But the point is, I loved it. I loved the main character, Alex. I loved the creepy atmosphere, and I don't know why mushrooms are always in horror books, but I like it. Like, it's kind of always disgusting, like the descriptions are always so gross, and I love everything about that. So I also really, really like that book. And then last night I started The Ark, which is book 3 in the Loop trilogy. So it's the third and last book. And I actually pre-ordered this book, and then it came, because like I was so excited to read it, and then it came and I forgot about it. So I'm reading it now. And I chose this one because I go through these books so quickly, because like the font in these books is so big, and I've been reading books with such small fonts, so this is crazy. And I only read up to page 82 because I started at 1:30 a.m. so I was tired, but I will most likely finish it either today or tomorrow. So yeah, I just wanted something to finish before the end of the month, and so I chose this one. And since this is book 3, I'm not gonna get into any details of the story, but this is science fiction. And actually I've started this book following a completely new character, which I was like, who are you? And at first I was not liking that person at all, but then I changed my mind because he also changed his mind. So now I like him. And then we actually moved on to characters that we already know, and they were like actually in the middle of executing a plan, but I was really, really sleepy last night, so I could not read anymore. But I am very excited for this book. And so let's just go through all of the pages that I read. So I read from page 436 to page 660 of Crossroads of Twilight, and that was 224 pages. Then I read all the 336 pages of The Red Palace, then 176 pages of What Moves the Dead, and then I read the 82 pages from The Ark. And that gives me a total of 818 pages that I read this week. And so this concludes this reading vlog, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!